It's your boys Dukes and Jiggy.
Yeah.
All right. We here to discuss what's good with the best brands of 2018. Like Complex did their little interview talking about what the top brands that they felt came hard like last year in 2018.
I feel like a newscaster or a news reporter, like real shit. That was a great ass intro though.
But yeah, let's just dive right in to see like what we're gonna do, like what we're gonna see, and like what Complex thought and like probably what we thought were the best brands of 2018. So Dukes, you want to bring this up?
Yeah, we can go ahead and get into it.
All right.
Started off. First thing we got is Prada. And put this in the middle so we both can see this.
I say yeah, Prada.
Prada, man.
Prada was always killing it with like their little collar shirts, the jackets, the Prada Cloudburst sneaker. Like
I've seen, you know what's crazy? I've dead ass seen, like I could see it. Like some of the things people mention it, I can't really see it. Like I'm like, yo, how'd they come up with this shit? But with Prada, I've even like people I've been following and stuff like that, I've been able to see how that is like coming to the forefront a little bit more. When I was first introduced to it, it was like middle school and people was wearing like, you know, the Prada.
Yeah,
it was like
those
Prada Athletics. I don't know what the fuck they was. They had the patent leather on them, but them shits was fire.
yeah, I remember my dad and all his boys were rocking those sneakers. Like I wanted one when I was a kid, but never really understood like how big Prada was back then. But seeing it come back in like 2018 in such a big way, like definitely being one of my favorite brands coming out this year. Like I definitely am looking forward to what Prada's gonna bring this year.
Let's see what else we got on here. Fear of God. Yeah.
Fear of God's Nike collection, like their 6th collection coming out last year. They had John Mayer on the layout, like they got like this little the NBA kind of feel, like their 80s type NBA warm up coming out for Nike. Like the shoot arounds, the Air Nike Fear of God ones, like all of those it led up to a pretty solid year for Jerry Lorenzo.
Yeah, he's eating, man. He doesn't have no signs of slowing down at all. Silhouettes is clean. Everything is just so true to himself. Like there's nothing that he does that I feel like is out of character. And that's why I think it's the most important in the brand, is making sure you stay true to yourself, whatever it is that your brand represents. What else we got on here? Oh, Union. What you got? I want to hear your thoughts on this first.
Look,
how you feel?
Look, Union dropping the Jordan 1s. I think the Jordan 1s was low-key, like, probably my favorite sneaker coming out of this year. Probably, like, top 3 for me for sure. But, like, the way that he did the Jordan 1 over, he made it go back to, like, the 85 retro feel. Like, meshing the Storm Blue and the Band 1s together for one. And then the gray Jordan 1 that we've never seen retro before. And the black toes come back out. And the midsole's, like, perfectly yellowed. Perfect way to do the sneaker. Like I think just that collaboration he did in itself was awesome. And then also the gold toe that they did at first, you know, seemed like the black and white were like they were kind of like split between
like
each
top
other.
Threes.
Yeah, like not even the top 3 ones. Like the first ones that came out, like it was like the black side in the middle, and then it was one black, one white, and then white, one black on the other side.
Yeah, but they had them like mismatching, like how.
Yeah, they had a mismatch. Yeah, that's it. But like. Union did have a pretty fire year this year. Like I didn't really see like a lot of their apparel because like again they do like a bunch of tracksuits and all that stuff. Like I'm not really the biggest tracksuit guy. Yeah. But like
one of the things about Union is that just like you, I never was a huge fan of Union. But the pieces that they put out always seem to make it to me. Like and with the shoes especially. But with Union, it's one of those brands that, you know, I always see every now and then, but it's not something I always, you know, keep track on. But I could see now that, you know, they're definitely progressing as a brand. That's definite. So that makes complete sense as to why they're on this list.
Yeah, I can't wait to see like what Union brings out this year. Hopefully, like another Jordan 1 collab. Hopefully, it's gonna be even more fire than the last.
Oh yeah. Alex.
Oh yeah, Alex.
That's
Matthew Williams.
Shit is, fire. Hey, like I almost like I'm lost for words, bro. Like this shit is just fire. Everything is just fire. To be honest, this one, their style is unique, and I just feel like everything they make is just, you know, fire.
Yeah, militarism came out in a big way in 2018. Like looking at 1027 Alex, like all their stuff coming out like this year has been super dope. We saw Kanye West wearing the chest rig first. Now everybody's trying to get on the wave of chest rigs, like wearing them out, like, because like shoulder bags have been kind of done out now. Like I think it's a very dope way of doing things over. Like just finding like the new bag wave to be on. Like all their accessories have been dope. Like everything that I wanted from Alix has been like super sick, super hard to come by. Even their Nike collab that they did, like I just like their little chest plate they had, like even like the little like face mask they have for Nike as well. Like that was super crazy.
Yeah,
like
they're good with their accessories, and they definitely like brought the chest plates back for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what Matthew Williams be cooking up, but every time he does something, it's always super dope.
I think the first, I think was it Ian Connor. It might have been Ian that kind of introduced me to the brand. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was Ian that introduced me to the brand as well.
Yeah, but this is just fire.
Yeah, seeing that was super dope.
And I know, starting to see them working with a lot more people, so I already know.
Yeah, seeing them with like Dior and everything, like them doing like the roller coaster belt design on like hats and stuff. Like that's actually a pretty dope idea. I never really would have thought about that being like the clasp in the back of a hat. Like that was a pretty dope idea. Like I really can't wait to see like what else they're gonna bring out for 2019. Like I'm pretty sure Alix is not stopping.
Yeah. Let me see what else they got. Louis Vuitton. It's been a huge year for Louis Vuitton, for sure.
Well, actually making Virgil like their creative director for this year, like showing like how to do a runway show. Like back in June, it was it was probably the most amazing design I've seen like on a fashion show in a minute. Like just seeing like the rainbow runway going down, like the way he had like all the models like their origin and upbringing like on the little programs he had on each one of the seats.
What was your favorite part of the fashion show?
Man, the fashion show, I just liked seeing like the reflective bags he had, like that kind of that kind of refracted off the sun. Like those kind of bags were just super dope. Like just seeing like the different the contrasting colors he had, like going into like each color like coming in, like when he had like just models coming in down in white clothing, but like with some like little splash of color, like with an accessory like a bag or some sunglasses. It was a pretty dope idea. Like he made it look like a perfect spectrum of the rainbow going down. Like,
you know what I really rock with? It was something real subtle, but the chains that he put on some of the pieces. Even I think it was just a straight up chain around the neck, but it was like a ceramic or like plastic. Well, I don't know what material it was, but it was like a matte finish on the chains, and I thought that shit was just really dope. Yeah, just to add that shit to the pieces, that shit was hard. I don't know why. Just aesthetically, that shit was just dope to me.
Yeah, 2018, another great year for Virgil Abloh. I can't wait to see what he does. Like just coming out with like fall winter stuff, and the next spring summer. Like yeah, Virgil's looking in for like a pretty busy 2019. What he's got going on.
Nike. I mean, shit. I feel like Nike's always like always the best brand, and it's always like going up. Like Nike hasn't really taken a dip. I would say they've been asleep for a little while and they let Adidas creep on them. But I never felt like Nike was one of those brands that dove down too much. Like,
yeah. I never really seen like Nike ever being like lower than any other top sneaker brand out there. Like there was that run from like 2014 all the way to like 2017 when Adidas was really killing it and Nike was just kind of like just rehashing out like their old stuff and like not really giving like us anything big. But then they just started going at the route of like working with different designers like Yoon for Ambush, Kim Jones, Matthew Williams, Virgil, Sean. Like ever since they just did all these collabs, I can't forget Jerry Lorenzo too. Like just them doing all those collabs, like just bringing in all these different ideas, like all these different designers, like all these different perspectives that you could like that kind of like encapsulates Nike, because Nike really isn't just like sportswear. They really do like bring everything from a fashion standpoint into like one brand perfectly.
Yeah. I feel like they just killed it this year. All the collaborations, everybody wants to work with Nike. I was looking at a Complex Conversation. They had DJ Clark Kent on it, Ronnie from Kiss, Wale, Trinidad James, some other people on there as well. And they did a poll, like, and they were trying to compare it the past 2 years. And it was like, last year it was like the room was split between Adidas and Nike, and this year it was just like straight Nike. Like, so Nike has seen the competition, seen what they came with, and has reacted, strong. They came back strong. I'll say that.
Yeah, I definitely say that Nike has definitely taken the mantle back from Adidas being like the top like sporting brand in the world. Like this one, I never thought they lost it, but like they definitely like took it back from like just the entire world's perspective. Like Nike definitely killed it in 2018.
Yeah, Supreme, which is always on top of streetwear fashion. Shoot, what do I? I feel like this is like self-explanatory.
Nope. I'm not home. But it should be open.
Man.
God damn. But yeah.
That's
Okay, let's get back to Supreme.
Yeah.
Like, look, Supreme always gonna be the king. Is always gonna be the king of hype beast, the king of streetwear. Like, they're always gonna bring in somebody like just doing like their little like art installations, like their little art collabs, like just doing. Like, bringing back the box logo, like their little collabs that they have with Comme des Garçons. They bring in like any kind of artist, like streaming from Rimowa, North Face, Undercover, Public Enemy. They're always gonna have something coming in that like makes people want to cop. Like, it's always gonna be like the resale like capital of fashion. So yeah, Supreme. They can never really have like a super down year, but I'm definitely a big fan of Supreme still. Like, it wasn't really the best year, but like I'm always still gonna be a fan. Like, that Supreme box logo that they dropped with Comme des Garçons this year, where it was like the little split and, like right down the middle. Definitely one of my favorite box logos I've seen in a minute.
Yeah, that shit is clean. That's probably that and North Face probably my most like favorite Supreme collabs that they do every year. Yeah, I mean with Supreme, there's just not much to say. Like, Supreme is Supreme. Like, you know, they have a formula that's worked forever, and it's going to continue to work. I really just don't see that shit slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, make it exclusive. Just have like some pretty noteworthy collabs, and like it's always going to be a great system of how they drop things.
Yeah. I heard they were, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard they were trying to sell Supreme for like $1 billion to like, was it, I forgot what fashion agency or fashion, I feel like it was the same people that own Louis Vuitton, but I'm not completely sure. Or like there was rumors about Louis Vuitton buying Supreme or some shit like that, but I don't know how true that shit is. But you know, I feel like Supreme, they need to keep doing what they're doing, because you know that's one of those things where it's like if you lose, you know, if the ownership or like the direction of a company gets shifted, it's like everything that they do, like when it comes to like releases and all that type of shit, just changes, and then you know people start to not rock with the brand and shit gets watered down. I think Supreme just needs to stay with Supreme, is that he is doing the right thing.
Yeah, going down to a Supreme release was always pretty dope. Like, just seeing like even the complex videos they used to shoot, like where they showed like everybody in line for all like just waiting for the Supreme stuff. Like, it always looks like a fun time trying to camp out there, even though like they kind of make it like even more like security driven and all that stuff, like going in, because like they don't want to like have any controversy like they did with like the phone posits back in the day. But yeah, Supreme drops always gonna be dope. Like, you're always looking forward to Thursday at 11 a.m. You're always going to. So, like, Supreme can never really have like a down year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Too much money being made over there, not just for Supreme, but for everybody else, man. Supreme, it's like peak of reselling.
All right, what we got next?
Comme des Garçons.
All right. Comme des
shit.
Garçons, like, all their sneakers that I've seen drop this year, the Air Max 180s, the Air Moabs, like the Plus Spring 2018 collaboration, like the jacket with the cartoon print, like they had, like Comme des Garçons had another pretty good year this year, like, and then again with the Supreme box logo they dropped, Comme des Garçons always hits it out the park every single time.
Yeah, that shit. I think it was you that kind of put me on to the Nikes that they had made. Them shits that shit grew on me, I'm not gonna lie. At first I wasn't fuck with them, but them shits is fire. I was not fucking with them shits at first, but them shits is fire.
And the Air Max 180s they dropped, I'm definitely a big fan of them.
And I fuck with their aesthetic, you know. They always bring similar vibes with their pieces, and I love that shit. That shit is dope. I'm always just finding, like, I don't care how weird this shit is, or like what, or how different, or how simple, how whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I just like when shit is consistent in it. I feel like, yo, that's really what that brand is, like, you know what I'm saying? And I love that shit. Like,
yeah, Comme des Garçons. Yeah, Comme des Garçons like super like avant-garde kind of style. Like every single year, it's always been kind of dope. Especially when they kind of they took the what's it called, like the theme of the Met Gala for last year. Like I really do like the idea that they had. Wait, did they have the was it for Met Gala this year or was it for last year? Oh no, yeah, it was for 2017. Even for like the 2017 year that they had, like Rei Kawakubo, like just always, like she never disappoints. So yeah, Comme des Garçons is always gonna be dope to me. Like they made me want to Air Moab, like a sneaker that I've really never really seen in circulation before. But like that sneaker, like that might low-key change my opinion on activewear. Like just looking at it, like it's always gonna be a sneaker that I feel can just go with anything. Like if I want to just go like super cozy, I feel like that might be the sneaker I want to rock anything with. So yeah, Comme des Garçons, another great year for y'all in 2018.
Anything else? Oh
yeah,
your mans.
yeah, Pierre Moss.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Pierre Moss definitely had a breakout year this year for sure. Like I think it was my boy Benny who put me on to Pierre Moss. Like I did see like the little like the Reeboks they had this year, like all the different collabs they did like with Reebok with Fubu. Like they really did have like a pretty dope year this year. I think they even gave him like the Fashion Fund Award for in the CFDA. So I really do think that Pierre Moss is gonna have like another breakout year this year as well.
Yeah, I mean that's just one of those people. Kind of same as Union, where I hear about them every now and then. I've never really been into it, but you know, even with them and they're working all their collaborations that they got going on and shit like that. I mean, bro, it's something you can't go against. Like I see the work ethic at the end of the day. The pieces aren't for me, but you know, hey, that's what it is. Yeah, I respect the grind. I respect the hustle.
I want to say like look, Pierre Moss has always kind of given me like. It kind of did low-key give me like a more minimalist kind of like Prada vibe to me this year, so that's the reason I feel like I fuck with it heavy because like I like the super out there feeling you get whenever you see Prada, but like whenever you see Pierre Moss, it's kind of just like a watered not really a watered down version, but kind of just like a super like minimalist version of it. So yeah, like Pierre Moss always gonna be like a pretty underrated brand, but hopefully like it actually goes to new heights in 2019. So, yeah. All right, what you got next?
Dior. Oh man, yeah, Dior's on fire.
Look, there's really not much to say about Dior.
Dior's on fire. This shit is fire. It's like the collection that they did, because.
Yeah, the collection they did it with
fire.
They did with Yoon,
fire.
With Matthew Williams and Alix. They did with Cause. Like all bringing them together to just do the fashion show. Like when they had like I think it was like 80,000 pink flowers to make like the Cause statue that was in the middle of the runway. Like yeah, that was a pretty sick idea.
Yeah. Like, and when you get the shoes.
Yeah, I think it's like the B99 shoe.
Man, I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's called Fire.
Look.
It's called Fire, man. That's what that is.
Yo.
That shit is hard.
Yeah.
And that and what really kind of put me, well, not put me on. I always knew about Dior, but what really made me like, oh shit, I need some Dior pieces was when A$AP Rocky's Dior choker with the CD on it. So I need it. I need it. Yo, that shit's tough.
Like, man, ever since Louis Vuitton, I knew Kim Jones was probably the best designer coming out on in all of fashion. Like, and he definitely didn't disappoint with Dior this year. In 2019, I'm not expecting anything less.
Oh yeah, that's it right there too.
Yep.
Yeah. That shit look like it's made out of vibranium or some shit. That shit.
God damn.
Dead ass, like, cause it's not. It's like a dark steel. That shit is hard. I fuck with that shit.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, but yeah, Dior always gonna be dope.
And then we got Kith, man. Kith, I love Kith.
Man, I don't think Kith has actually had like a bad collaboration, and that's saying a lot because I don't know a brand that Kith didn't collab with. Because I think like they collab with Coca-Cola, Bergdorf Goodman, Mitchell and Ness, Tommy Hilfiger, all in 2018. So man, they even did stuff like Greg Loren and Versace.
Yeah.
So
I think they had this Colette collab, all blue Asics, I think it was, or Pumas.
Yeah.
Them shits was fire. Like I just feel like, I mean, the one thing Kith does is puts me onto a lot of new shit. But whether they're collabing with a new brand or a brand that I already know, like,
or even a whole store like Bergdorf, like that's just,
it's fire. Like at the color, and that's one thing, he's not afraid to use colors, and he's not afraid to like keep it calm. Like I feel like his timing on when to use what is just perfect.
Yeah, his color placement with a lot of his clothes is always like on top form. So like Kith, I know, always hits it out the park. Like just going from like being like a boutique in New York, now like collaborating with some of the biggest brands out. It's really dope seeing where Ronnie Fieg took the entire store. So Kith, definitely another big brand that came out in 2018, and we'll probably have an even bigger 2019 as well. Just seeing what new collaboration they're gonna bring in 2019. So
I still haven't visited this. Oh no, I have. I went to the one in South Beach, but I still haven't been to the New York store. I really want to go to that one.
Yeah, I think I've only been to the Manhattan store. I haven't been to the Brooklyn one yet. But like, I think like Kith always kind of like redesign stuff like every other year. Like I haven't been in like 2 years, so like it might look completely different from the last time I've been in there. So yeah, I definitely want to like go in there again and just see like how he's like changed the store around.
That's gonna be dope. What we got else on our list? I think that's the end of our list, man. But I mean, what I'd like to say, out of those brands that we mentioned, I'd say, I might have to give it to. Damn, I have like a three-way tie. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say Kith, Louis Vuitton, and Alix.
You say those are gonna be the top 3?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm looking forward to seeing in 2019. And I feel like I mean they just have the most promise. I feel like a lot of those other like Nike and stuff like that. I mean Nike's doing Nike, and they need the collaborations and stuff like that in order to propel themselves forward at this point. So yeah, I'm looking forward to those. I want to see some of the underdogs, and even just Virgil shine at Louis Vuitton. So maybe I'm a little biased, but hey.
I mean, if we're going with bias, then it's kind of obvious that like my number one for sure has been Dior. Like I don't think that Kim Jones can ever do any wrong when it comes to fashion. Like even with the Supreme Louis Vuitton collab he did back in 2017, like Dior's always gonna hit out the park. Like they always have, and like bringing Kim Jones in, like all his collaborators that he brought, like Dior is always gonna be like super dope to me. And this collaboration did nothing. It didn't change me like in any way. Like they for sure hit it out the park in 2018. Like I wish I could cop the stuff that they got, but the niggas pockets still broke out here. But I could definitely like appreciate from afar what Dior has brought and what they're going to become. So I definitely think that Dior was definitely the number one brand of this year. I would probably say Prada is like the second one to me, just off the fire year that they also had. So
So there goes our wrap up of 2018 and our
and then our look into 2019.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys like the video, please let us know down in the comments. Like,
yeah, subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. If you rock with your boys, Dukes and Jiggy, you know what I'm saying. More content coming soon. We're gonna be here every Tuesday, so stay tuned.
All right, we out. Peace.
Wise up.